here. Super excited to be back for another Monday with the neighborhood news. And today we're going to be talking about Power Ranch in Gilbert. So pretty excited about that. How are you doing, JD?
Good, how are you?
I'm doing all right after a super fun and kind of a little bit hot weekend.
I know, right? But it's going to be under 117 this week, so that's good. Actually, under 110.
Oh, a cold front coming in.
Right? I know.
Anyway, let's get right down to it. For those of you who don't know, JD and I work on Team EvoAZ at eXp Realty, and every month or every Monday, or as close as we can get, right? We are doing a weekly little news report, if you will, on neighborhoods around town, east side, west side, north side, south side, whatever side. And today we are actually doing an amazing east side community called Power Ranch. So take it away, JD. Tell us a little bit about Power Ranch. When did it start? How did it start? There's a cute little story about it, actually.
Yeah, I just pulled that up. So let me share it real quick. Okay, share. Okay. Is it working?
It is. I can see it. It's a little bit tough to read, so you're going to have to kind of skim it for us a bit. But it looks like this couple from way back when, in the 1800s probably,
I know. I didn't know there was actually people here before 1900. Like on the East Coast, you know, houses are super old, but here it's pretty new considering like the year. So they came here in 1892, the Power family. They originally settled in Lehigh. And then
where most did.
Yeah, a lot of the early pioneers are from there. So let me see. Can you see this at all?
Yeah, it's just tough to read, so you're going to have to kind of tell us what we're looking at.
Yeah, so originally, then they moved out to where Power Ranch is now, and they had cotton fields. And after the Great Depression, they ended up not being able to sell cotton, so they diversified to vegetables and stuff like that. The neighborhood started in about 2000, I believe, is when they started building there.
When they started building, yeah. So way later than this whole story.
I know. Let me unshare. Okay, so there's that. I wanted to show you guys what the area looks like too real quick, if that's okay.
So that is super cute. I love it when neighborhoods have a little bit of history to them. And, you know, obviously that's the reason why it was named after the Power family. So it's pretty cool. For those of you who don't know where exactly the neighborhood is located, it is at Power Road and Queen Creek. So right in that area.
I remember we looked at moving there actually back in 2010. So they had already built it was mostly built by then. There's a lot of different little sub-communities in there.
Right.
So here's the general area. I don't know if can you see the red lines?
Yep, we can see the red lines. Just tough to see anything else.
I know, right? Okay, so Germain Road, and that's like a controversy in itself on how to say the name. But the general consensus is that it's Germain, not German, but whatever, float your boat. So the neighborhood goes, half of it is north to Pecos Road, half of it goes down to Queen Creek, and then it's surrounded by Power Road and almost Higley. So there's a couple other communities like Coronado Ranch and Santan Ranch that are next to it as well.
That are really close, yeah. It's large though. I mean, it spans look at that. That's a lot of houses.
It's huge. But yeah, they got like shopping centers on like each corner basically. It's really nice. Back then, I mean, there wasn't that much in that area. Right. They were starting to build up and stuff, but there was still a lot of fields. But now they're putting in like nice shopping centers and stuff like that we'll talk about in a little bit. All right. Let's see. So types of homes that they have. I mean, the prices range right now for active homes, $379,000 to just under $1 million. So there's something for everyone, which is really cool. They have like the townhomes with the small side yards. And then they have the big homes with big backyards, luxury style. So here, let me pull this up. Let me share again.
Things have changed quite a bit, because back in the day, like you weren't paying $1 million for a house in Power Ranch.
No.
But I mean, obviously that's changed throughout the entire valley. That's not new news. Everybody gets it. But it just blows my mind a little bit, because, 15 years ago when I first got my real estate license here in the valley, I was showing a lot in the Power Ranch area, and the prices were not anywhere near what they are now. So
the house that we were looking at, I really wanted it, but it didn't work out timing wise, was like 160 at the time.
Yeah.
They were like a little bit close together, but still had a yard. It was really nice. And I love those big trees lining Germain too. So this is one of the homes that are active. So 379, about 1,600 square feet.
This one's cute. I looked at it already. Got that side yard like you talked about, where it's really low maintenance. If that fits your lifestyle, and you either don't have the time to take care of a backyard, because of course they've got the clubhouses and the pools and all of that, right?
Oh yeah, they do.
But if you don't have the time for it, or if you're just a winter visitor, or whatever your situation is, that you lack the time or the desire to maintain, these are the perfect property types for you.
Right. So this one, it was actually built in 2011, and this section has their own pool too, in addition to the two big pools. So that's kind of cool.
That's so nice. And I always, whenever I'm talking with buyers and we're talking about, HOA versus non-HOA, and we're talking about cost, I always like to bring up, hey, you're not paying for the maintenance of that pool. You're not paying for the electricity. You're not paying for the chemicals, which chemicals are like sky high right now. So sometimes having an HOA, even though it's an additional payment per month, can be very cost effective with what they cover.
Oh, for sure. These ones are great because you don't have to maintain anything. Like, then you just walk out the front of your house and the kids can go play and not have to worry about getting hit by cars or anything. It's awesome.
Yeah, so cute. I love that sort of style with the green belt in the middle. There's, obviously a few more communities that have that type of setup, and I think that is awesome. And I also notice in neighborhoods that are set up like that, they're more conducive for neighbors to get together and to bump into each other and to mingle. And so you tend to have that more in those types of communities.
True. Here's just a few others. We won't go through all the pictures and stuff, but this is more of like a traditional style, if you want to call it that. Just under 500. Let's take a look at the one. There was one. Where was it? 997.
All the way down the bottom?
Yeah. 5,000 square feet. Oh my gosh. And it's got a basement. I remember these, the T.W. Lewis homes. They're really nice.
Yeah, that's right. Power Ranch has basement homes.
Yeah, I know. That's so rare. I get a lot of people from out of town looking for that because that's so common where we're from,
Back east, yeah. It's normal.
And then the basement saves you a lot on electricity too, which is great. But
it blew my mind moving here that basements aren't a common thing. But of course, back east where we have, our ground freezes. So we need to have basements for those purposes. It just always was a normal thing to us. And so coming out here and what? You guys don't have basements? Like, that's so weird.
I know.
But it's just a different ballgame.
It is. Okay. So that's kind of to give you an idea what's for sale there right now. The HOA is actually really reasonable. So it's $249 quarterly for like the base one. So that first house I pulled up, it has like an additional cost because they have their own pool and stuff like that and the maintenance. But the base one on like the traditional type of homes equals out to $83 a month. And they have two pools. One of them is heated, splash pad. One thing that I really like is that they have a lot of walking paths and like green area. Lots of parks, tennis courts, clubhouse, a lake. They just renovated the barn. The barn is like there.
The barn.
Yeah. So let me share you again. But here is the barn. And this little video kind of shows like a before and after. Like, look at that. Isn't that cool?
It's awesome in there. Gosh, this was years ago, back when I was playing in a band. So back, way back. Our band played for younger guys' birthday party, and it was in the barn, and it was
that's
awesome.
cool.
Yeah. So, I mean, obviously, you know, if you are a resident, you have access to, I don't know if you have to rent it or what, do you know? Or are you just able to?
They do offer it for rent for events, like for weddings or whatever you want to do, really. But they also do like community events in there too. And they do a lot of community events there. I was looking at their HOA page, and just like something all the time. Like they do dive-in movies. So like they set up a big movie at the pool, like so you can watch it from the pool.
That's cool.
Do everything. Food trucks, Easter egg hunts, like everything. It's amazing.
So really great community if you're wanting to interact with your neighbors, if you're wanting to kind of feel like you live on vacation.
Yes.
I know tons of families with kids that live in there, and they wouldn't have it any other way. Like they would never move away from there having little kids.
Yeah, like I really, really wanted to move there when we were looking. It just didn't work out at the time. But it was top of the list. So here's one of their pools. If you can see it, they have a big lake. I know that you can fish in one of them too. So they have the lap pool, like playground, stuff like that. I wonder, are those solar panels for the pool? That's kind of cool.
They look like solar panels. What a great place for them.
Yeah, for sure. You can't tell on the
Look
Google
how
map.
big that lake is.
Yeah, it's huge. And like,
and they stock it. I believe you can fish in there.
Yeah, I think it's that one, because there's another one too. It doesn't look as green in the Google map because they probably didn't do their seeding, but when you go there, it's so green, and the trees now are so much more mature because it's been around for a while. So if you're missing like the green in the trees, it's a great place to live. Here's the other pool. It has like the little kids splash pad and stuff like that, and then the barn is over here. So it's cute. I love it. And there's 2 schools in the neighborhood.
They have an elementary, and then is it both elementaries?
They're both elementary, so one for north half, one for the south half. They go to Sossaman Middle School and then Higley High School. Gotcha. That's where Higley is, where we go for all of the dance competitions and stuff. It's really nice.
Nice school, yeah.
They have awesome performing arts. There's other schools nearby too. There's tons of like preschools and daycares. I was really surprised to see them. I drive by them all the time. But like Creme de la Creme, the Goddard School, Kinderbugs, Watch Me Grow, Little Einsteins. I was like, dang, that's a lot.
That is a lot.
It's a lot of good options. Then they've got for charter schools like Legacy Traditional, Heritage Academy, ALA, ASU Prep. And then I'm sure there's more if you branch out a little more, but those are just like in the direct area.
Yeah, and then Power Ranch isn't too far off from, is the ASU Polytechnic campus still out there by the, okay, so by the airport, so that's fairly close also.
Yeah, so if you look, here's our map again. So you can kind of see, let me go back to 2D because it's easier to see. You can see the red lines. There's Power Ranch. ASU Polytech is right up here.
There it is, yeah.
And then the airport's right there. So you do get a little bit of flight noise, but I'm not sure. I don't think it's right in the flight path though.
In the path.
Usually it comes from up this way, or they come in where there's more like farmland. So also there's tons and tons of shopping coming too. So you see Power Ranch here, and then if you go a little bit north, all of this like Cooley Station is finally coming to life.
Right.
lots of like kind of hip places to go, not just like your typical chains. Up here near Agritopia, they're building something called the Epicenter. So a lot of popular restaurants like that are in Phoenix. They're coming out this way.
Nice.
Backyard Taco, that's my favorite. But of course, Agritopia is cool because they got their the Joe's Farm Grill and all that.
The coffee shop, they have like apple orchards and stuff like that, don't they?
Yeah, and then they also, what is that? The 12 West Brewing. I've heard good things about that.
12 West is awesome. They've got a location in downtown Mesa, actually located at 12 West Main. Wonder where the name came from. And so is that another location or is that just where they brew? I don't know.
I'm not sure. I thought you can go there. I'll have to look into it, actually.
They have great food.
Yeah. And I know there's Barrio Brewing Company also is right like in the airport. So you can sit and eat and then watch the planes. So the kids like that too.
Oh, that's fun.
Yeah. So that kind of gives you an idea of the area. It's also super close. Like, I mean, this wasn't there back when the neighborhood was built, but Queen Creek Marketplace is like really close. And that's just blown up. Like there's just stuff popping up everywhere. So
right, and then the outdoor mall is not too far away from there either, right?
Oh yeah, Santan Village. That's super close. That was built around the same time as the neighborhood was going in. There's also sorry, I just heard something bang. Yeah, there's just like there's stuff everywhere. You just got to go and drive around.
Right. And it's so close to the freeway. I mean, you know, like hop, skip, and a jump right on the 202, and then you can pretty much get anywhere from there.
Oh, yeah. So you've got like the 202 kind of curves. So like the part where it curves down, you can hop on over there, go towards like Phoenix, and then up where it curves, you can go up towards like the lakes and stuff like that, which aren't that far.
Yeah. Good location.
Yes, absolutely. Let's see. So a lot of the feedback that I've gotten on the neighborhood is that they love how close it is to all the shopping. There's beautiful, like, you know, trees lining like all the streets, and they're getting like so mature. I believe that the HOA takes care of all the ones that line the streets, which is kind of cool.
That's nice. Yeah.
I know. So you get the big lush trees, but you don't have to take care of them. People love that there's tons of bike and walking paths, so close to the freeway. Great schools. So from what I hear is that people who are in the Higley School District love it. Lots of social events, amenities, and most of the people who live there just love it. So they're not leaving, which is nice.
That's the feedback I get too.
Yeah.
We sell houses in Power Ranch, and they stay there. They don't resell, typically.
I'm wondering, they're kind of like Eastmark, where people will like buy their second home there, you know, like start with a starter home and then move up and stuff like that to stay with the people they know. Well,
and once you've developed those relationships and you kind of have those habits of, you know, of getting together with your neighbors and having your little traditions and things like that, like that's so hard to leave. I understand.
One of my friends, she used to live there, and she still goes back there for like events with her, you know, like her Power Ranch friends. So that's cool.
Yeah. That's awesome. So, all right. Well, thank you so much, JD, for the awesome report on Power Ranch. We'll be back next time with another neighborhood, guys.
Okay. Bye.
Bye.